He's personally a mentor to me. Right? Sometimes I call him father, because some of my dreams were inspired by seeing him do, the many things he does. He's also a movie producer. He has a movie in Netflix, Showmax, and also I think Amazon Prime is on the way, something like that. Um, yes. Without further ado, I know that he doesn't like all these things, but I will do it. He's that big, and you need to see him that big. Um, yes. So welcome. Thank you very much, sir. You can have the floor.
All right. First of all, let me confirm that you can hear me clearly. Am I clear? Am I audible enough?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good morning from where I am. And then I don't know where Uganda is, what time of the day it is. I'll presume we're still on the same time zone. But it's nice to be here. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I would just be having a chat with us, right? I'll just be having a chat with us and then just provoking our thoughts. Because Uganda she said a lot that I would just attempt to pull from. She mentioned about time. Recently I was looking at there's what we call this a global calculator. It calculates the population of the earth. So I was looking at the population of the world, Africa, how it is growing, Europe, the growth rate, um, America, and all that. Of course, you can imagine Africa. I wanted to share with us, but because of time, I will not do all of that. Africa is growing at an alarming rate. There's no control, because we don't plan. Europe, you see the numbers increasing, and this is something that is happening. It's a live calculator. You can see it as you open them on the platform. You can do that after this time. And so, time is a valuable asset that we have, but time can also be your worst enemy. It can be your best friend, because time that is not used cannot be recovered. But time that is used and invested will show up in the future as success. So success doesn't just happen. People create success. And success is not restricted to a few. Nobody's born successful. That is why you will hear about it's very difficult to see fifth generation wealth, sixth generation wealth in Africa. Usually second generation, the money is gone because you're not born with success. But when you come to the developed world, you can see companies that have run for 100 years, 200 years, because they have systems and structures in place that guarantees their success. And so what I would just attempt, like I said, I just want to have a chat with us. I want to share my mind, my thoughts. I want to challenge us to be the best version of ourselves. And the first challenge I want to throw to you is that don't think you have all the time. The best time to start is now. Right? The best time to start is now. You need to start today. So bring out your pen, your paper as we interact. I want you to write and write down. Please confirm if you can hear me. Send a reaction. Let reaction.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Just okay, great. Okay, great. So we're going to be interacting. All right, thank you very much. We're going to be interacting. We're going to be speaking. I'm going to allow you to speak. I have a few minutes, and we'll just interact on some of the subjects. All right, Idike, let me have the next slide. All right. So only 8% of people here will attain success. 8%. Think about it. Only 8% of us here will attain success. And that is not me. That is statistics, right? Based on data. 8% of people attain success. And it's thought-provoking because you want to think. And I believe the reason for this gathering is so that you will be part of that 8%. I believe what Copper X is attempting to do is to equip you with the necessary skill and then provoke your thinking so you fit into that 8%. And once you can fit into the 8% in your mind, it is going to happen. That's why you see some of the things that Uganda is saying. is a state of mind that now begins to produce. And what we now celebrate is the tangibles that we see. But most times we don't take a peep into the thinking that produces those tangibles. So having interactions like this, interacting with minds that are thinking in the direction you want to go, will help you to attain success. It is on record that 95% of the wealth of the world is domiciled with 5% of the population of the world, while the remaining 5%, the 95% of people are sharing it. How do those people think? What is going on in their mind? How are they able to create such a level of wealth and control the whole world? Is that kind of thinking I want to provoke you to harness. Forget what is happening in Nigeria. Forget the challenges in Nigeria. As much as there are a lot of challenges in Nigeria, the truth is some people are not experiencing challenge, right? What are they doing differently? How are they thinking? Is that frame of thinking? I will hope that at the end of this conversation, you will just have, it's a short time, but I want to focus on just pushing you a little bit, just push you to that borderline where you begin to make the right decisions and the right choices, and then to propel you to the next phase. All right, next slide. So 92% will fail in life, says statistics. I'm not the one saying it. It's statistics that are saying it. 92% will fail, right? And 8% will succeed. Now, out of those, so it is left for you to decide. So some of the things you want to begin to do now is that you tell yourself, you speak to your mind, you tell your mind that you must be a part of that 8%. Or you must be the first percent of the 8%. It's all your decision. It's all your decision. So I've come to speak to the 8%, and I believe everybody here is part of the 8%, right? The world population is about 8 billion as we speak. What is 8% of 8 billion? 8% of 8 billion. Somebody throw it in. 8% of 8 billion. Graduates, we have here. I want to see an answer. 8% of 8 billion. 620 what?
Million, sir.
620 million. All right. So you'll be a part of that 620 million people. So now we're talking about success, right? And success is a very, very tricky word because success can be judged by so many parameters. And what I want to attempt to do is to help to put perspective, because if you don't know where you are headed, you will not know the way that will lead you to your destination. So you need to have a clarity as to where you are headed. So we really need to understand what success is. Because of the time, I will just focus on attempting of we working together to define what success should mean to me. I'll be glad if you leave this place today and you can articulate in very clear terms what are the things I need to accomplish to say that I'm successful, in the coming years. That is what my primary first goal objective will be today. So I've come to speak to the 8%, and I want to ask the question: what does success mean to you? So I'll take 2-3 answers. What does success mean to you? What does success mean to you? You can unmute and speak.
Success is about winning, really. Like when you have a pigeon succeeding in the mission, that's success to me.
As to you personally, I want you to personalize it, not defining just what the word success means. What does it mean to you? What would it mean to you?
Achieving my goals, sir.
Achieving your goals. Okay. Any other person?
Yes, I have something to say.
Yeah.
Okay, to me, success is creating impact
Can you
in the
tell us your
world.
name before you speak?
Sorry about that. My name is Agatha.
All right.
Okay, success to me means making impact in the world. That is, you living life beyond yourself. What are you going to do to see that generation is satisfied with you, even if you are dead? So that's what success is to me. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. So, achieving your goals, making impact beyond yourself. Any other person? One more person.
My
One more
name is
person.
Anyebevi.
All right.
I said my name is
Go,
Anyebe Victoria.
all right,
Success to
Victoria, please
me,
go ahead.
success to me is being able to be financially independent.
Okay. Okay, great. To be financial independent, it means to use success is about being a solution provider to create impact. Okay. Okay, beautiful. All right. So financial independence means achieving your goals. It means impacting the world. And so we have all of these definitions put together. So it's very, very important that we identify what the parameter for success is. You know, so there are parameters generally. Give me the next slide. Let me just do an illustration. The next slide. This is a racetrack, right? We can see, I think it's the same boat I can see there, right? The number 3 person. One time the world's fastest man. Now I want to ask a question. Now imagine this racetrack, right? That Usain Bolt, for instance, the third person from, depends on where you are. You can see his jersey, the Jamaican jersey there. Fancy that when this race starts, he runs in the opposite direction, right? Fancy that he runs in the opposite direction, and he runs 100 meters in the opposite direction. The rest run 100 meters in this other direction, and then he finishes 100 meters in 9 seconds. The rest finish 100 meters in 10 seconds. Who will emerge as the fastest runner? Anybody bold enough to answer?
The rest.
The rest will emerge as the fastest runner. Okay.
Definitely
Anybody
not
else? Like,
Usain Bolt.
pardon?
Definitely not Usain Bolt.
Definitely no Usain Bolt. Okay. What's the name?
Okay, Michael Omo.
Michael. Okay. Thank you, Michael. All right. Anybody else? Is there anybody that disagrees with him?
Yes, sir, I do.
And you disagree with him? All right. Let me hear you.
Actually, if the timing and distance is what determines the success, Usain Bolt is the winner because he speed the same distance in less time, 9 seconds.
Okay.
Or if they are
Okay. Beautiful.
if there is the instruction that they have to go forward or backward, then he failed.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. So you said the key word. I wanted to come back to Michael. Michael, okay, give us your reason why you said no. Let's understand your reason also.
Okay, so my reason is this. So speed in the wrong direction is actually of no relevance. But no matter how slow you are, as long as you're going in the right direction of your goals, making gradual progress, eventually you're going to get to the end of it. So that's my reason, the right direction.
Okay, beautiful. So basically, if you want to summarize it, we will say that if Usain Bolt doesn't run according to the rules, right, that governs the competition, even if he runs the fastest time, he will not be tagged successful, right? He's going to be disqualified because he's running very fast in the opposite direction, right? And this is it sounds like a simple illustration, but it's very, very key. So success must be measured against certain defined parameters. That means for me to get to a point in my life and be able to say that I'm successful, it must be defined against certain parameters. Not by my friends, not by what people think, not by public opinion. So it depends on the context. If it's in a workspace, they can easily say I'm successful if I rise to the highest position in the office. But please have that strongly at the back of your mind. There are key parameters that define success. And the world we live in now, I want to make emphasis on this point, especially within, I hate to say your generation. It makes me feel older, but success has largely been defined as speed. In any direction you run, just run, right? And once people identify you with certain things, they celebrate you as successful. But for the 8% that we sustain success and can transfer success from one generation to the next, they will have to understand what success really and truly means. Because you don't want to be a part of a microwave generation. You just come and you pop, poof, and the same way, the speed at which you appear, the same speed is what you use to disappear, right? Because you are in a hurry, but you're running in the wrong direction. And at this point, it's time for everybody here to pause and reflect. What direction am I running? Right? What am I chasing? What is driving me? What is my motivation? What am I pursuing? Have I paused to ask myself where I want to be in the next 5, 10 years? What are the parameters I will use to judge? So there are all manner of parameters around the world that we use to judge success, and rightly so, right? Success must be measured against certain defined parameters, whether it's your career. Now, if you want to look at your life, you can break your life into departments. We're having a very critical conversation after service. What next? I can begin to pinpoint some key things decisions you'll be making. Number one, where to settle. Am I going to live in Abuja, Lagos? Am I living in the country? That is one, your location. Number two, relationship. A key relationship is marriage for those of us that want to get married. Who am I going to spend the rest of my life with? And all that. Number three, you want to build a family. Number four, somebody talked about impact. What impact do I want to leave in my world? Those are key decisions. And these are critical. This is a critical phase of your life. Because I don't know, it's so funny that most times some of the choices we made in school, they don't really follow us after school. You get it? There are so many things we did while in school that you just wonder that how did we get away with this? That's largely, I think, because like Ogunna said, God is merciful. But once you get out this next phase you're getting into, not to scare you, you're going to be making lifetime decisions. Like career, for instance, is something of a lifetime, right? Something of a lifetime. I can't imagine Ogunna doing any other job. Definitely, she might not be here in this meeting right now speaking to us because she will be living a life of regret, right? So I think you guys are privileged to be having this conversation now. You have opportunity to press the reset button. You have opportunity to reflect. You have opportunity to set the right goals and move things in the right trajectory. All right. So I want you to bring out a pen and a paper. Everybody, if it is possible, everybody bring out a pen and paper and write down what will success mean to you in the next 10 to 20 years. What will success mean to you in the next 10 to 20 years? Do you know? And be very sincere about it. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. If you have an idea, pen down what you have. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Please, everybody, it's an assignment. It's an assignment. We together, we're doing it. We're doing it. All right. 5 seconds more. All right. Great. So next slide, DDK. In order to judge success, there must be a predefined goal, destination, purpose that will be used to measure performance. Now, so you must have a predefined goal. There must be a predefined goal, destination, and purpose. Now, I want to give 3 people a chance that are willing to share where do they see themselves in the next 10 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years, 10, 20 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? And, and as you speak, I'm going to speak to that. So I need 3. We spoke about taking initiative yesterday, right? So I need people that will take initiative here. Quickly, my time is almost up. I think my time is up. EDK, how much more time do I have, please? Can you share with me?
I think about 10, 12 minutes.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, so who is willing to share? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 to 20 years? We're going to speak about see. You must be seeing something. And so 2 things I want to do today, because all I just need to do, this thing is like a science, is to make you see. If you can see it, right? Leave the rest. Well, don't leave the rest. There are other steps to take. If you can see, I think you've taken the first major step. You have covered 50%. If you can see clearly in your mind's eye, if you can see the future and you see with clarity, a lot of us are not seeing with clarity. If you can see and see clearly, if I can just open the window of your mind and you see it, my job is done. And that's what I want to challenge you. Because as a man thinketh, so he will manifest. Your mind is a creative center. As you can envision it in clarity, it's going to come to pass. So if you can see it, you will do it. And that is why your vision must be written in plain text. It must be plain text. All right, so I want to get first thought. Who is going to speak? Should I call names?
Thomas, you can go ahead.
All right, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Yep. Afternoon.
Without wasting much time, one of my greatest dream in life is just to move around the world, which is part of what I see as being successful. So where I see myself in the next 10 years is moving around the world, trying to solve people's problem, trying to like receiving contact or connections all around the world, all in the name of solving people's problem. That's one of my greatest achievements, because I know that for me to attain such level, I must have done a lot of work on the ground, that's at the back end, in order for me to get to such level. Because I know that traveling around the world it doesn't just mean movement from one location to another. It involves it involves investment, it involves expenditure, it involves a lot of things, of which I see as part of being successful. So I just see myself traveling around the world in the next 10 years, different parts of the world, solving people's problem and sorting out all my necessary needs.
All right. Thank you very much. What's the name again? Sylvester, right?
Thomas.
Thomas, rather. All right, Thomas. All right, Michael, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So in the next 10 years, I see myself building the 2 foremost business ideas I have, from the startup phase, from the idea phase, the preliminary stages, to the maximum production stages. And also, I see myself being married in the next 10 years, and Yeah, that is basically it. And being at the top of my career. So that
All
is it,
right.
sir. Not sure. Yes.
Beautiful. I have one more person. Andrew, right? Is that or Thomas? Okay. Okay, Thomas just spoke. Okay, and then Michael. Okay, fine. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I like that. Now, do you think that this your vision is clear enough? Does it have clarity? Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough? Hmm?
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I didn't get the question. Like, do you
I
mean
say what you
the
just.
goal, the
Yes.
the vision?
Is it clear enough? Yeah.
Okay. Personally, for myself, I think it's clear because for my businesses, I already have the business proposals and everything written down. So I think I'm taking the steps, the bits of steps to achieve them. So yeah.
Okay, great. Thomas, right? Thomas, do you think what you communicated is clear enough? Hmm? Thomas, are you still there? Okay. Let me give you guys an illustration. Let me give you an illustration, and I will not ask you the same question again. Now, if you've written down anything, please pen it down. Let's assume now that I place you on a salary of 30 million naira every month, right? 30 million naira every month. I'm sure you can all hear me. You are now on a salary of 30 million naira every month for the next 20 years. I will be giving you 30 million naira every month for the next 20 years, right? Or let me not say I will be giving you. Let's say Dangote reaches out and say everybody here, you'll be earning 30 million naira every month for the next 20 years. Or maybe I should put it in dollars because we don't know Nigeria now. 30 million can become something else. But so 30 million right now is equivalent to 10,000 pounds. 10,000 pounds is even 20 million plus. So let's say 15,000 pounds, right? So, and you're giving that every month. I want you to pause and think. Think about it. You're earning right now. You start earning 30 million every month. Please pause. Everybody, think about it. As you finish service, bam, you have 30 million every month and all of that. What will be your vision for life?
Sorry, sir. I heard you calling me that time. My network was just frustrating.
No, it is fine. It is fine. I've moved on. So, um, so, so you're earning. I'm paying you 30 million every month for the next 20 years. You're guaranteed that income is going to be coming in. What will be your? What do you think will be your vision? What are the things you give yourself to measure your success?
Well, for me, with 30 million naira or 30 million, let's say dollars, in the next
I'm not saying
couple of years.
I didn't say with 30 million. No. I'm saying you're just earning financially. You're settled. You have 30 million coming in every month. What are you going
Yes.
to do with your life? What are you going to do with your life?
I think I have about three goals of which I'm going to do
So
with the 30 million
yeah,
regarding my life.
no. You're getting my question wrong. It's not what you do with the money. I'm not saying what you do with the money. What are you going to do with your life? You have 30 million naira coming in every month. What are you going to do with your life? What will you live for? That's my question. Forget the money. You are earning 30 million. So your income, your financial, whatever stream is settled, right? Your financial, whatever is settled. What are you going to do with your life if you're earning, if you start getting 30 million every month? Do you understand my question? Yeah. Thomas, do you understand? Is it Thomas that was speaking or Michael?
So I'm here.
Okay. You're confused now, are you?
I'm just trying to combine the
You're
two
trying to
because
think. Yeah.
I've not thought of any such amount. So
Before.
trying to just figure something out
Mhm.
is
Okay.
something else.
Okay. Okay. Let me go to Michael. Michael. So I'm just going to the people that spoke. I want to see. So what would be your vision for the next 10, 20 years if you have that kind of income coming in? And I'm not saying what will you do with the money. I'm saying what will you go do with your life? What will your life focused on?
Well, for me, I just have just should I say one in mind. I'll just focus on impacting others because I know that by impacting others, no matter how life bounce back to me, I can still fall back to one or two. By the time you impact one or two persons with whatever you have in life, life would not really crumble you to to the last limit. You can always fall back to something by the time you start impacting on others. So I feel with my 30 million, I will try to impact others by trying to provide, not necessarily giving them funds, but there are so many ways you can impact so many people. Like in this our current generation, by the time you start raising up to like 5 to 10 persons, you observe that you've achieved a lot. Even though if those 10 persons don't out of the 10 persons, you don't really get up to 5 people. Let's say the only 2 or 3 persons you are able to impact greatly is going to really um is going to there's what we call reciprocal. There's going to be an impact also to you, even in the coming years or in the coming generation, whereby you will have nothing or you have nowhere to fall back to. Those things will also be a great value to you, because you earning such amount, it means that you've really worked on yourself, you really developed on yourself. So you don't really need to develop on yourself, you need to impact onto others so that the your wealth will keep on growing. So that's my point.
Right, great. Thank you very much. And I want us to note because I'm trying to do something here, and I really want your mind. I want to get to the point where your mind is very, very clear. It's clear enough for you to believe in yourself. Taiwo, please go ahead. It's Taiwo, right? That's your hand is raised up. You're muted.
Yes, sir, actually, I wanted to say what the point the other guy talked about. That was what I wanted to say. That I would love to give back to the society, just like what he explained earlier on. And then, since that money is for a particular period of time, you said for 20 years or something.
Mhm.
So I would love to do something that I will know that after that 20 years, something will still be coming out of it.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe like having an NGO or something that I know that after that 20 years, at the end of the day, I'll be pleased and I'll be happy with it.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay, so because of time, I will go straight to the point I'm trying to make with you guys. And please, I want to plead with you that you pen this down and you act on it because it will make a whole lot of difference. Now, one of the things you want to do at the end of this meeting is that I know maybe other speakers have spoken about it, I don't know, but I want to speak about it in a different light. And before I say that, the first thing I want to say is that life is going to judge you by purpose. What is your purpose? What were you designed to accomplish? Right? What were you designed to accomplish? You know, you don't want to carry on this journey and number one, you're either running in the wrong direction or you're running very fast. You will not be fulfilled. Right? And the reason why I made this illustration is because we have a generation that has defined success to be money. Money is not success. Money is the least value that comes as a result of success. When I mean the least of the value that comes as a result of success is money. There's so many other things that accompany success. And one of the greatest one that accompanies success is your own personal fulfillment. So how do you, and once you can understand where you are headed, what is my destination, what is my purpose, what am I designed to accomplish? Once you have understanding of that, and you can see that, you know, the journey has started. And so what I want to beg you is, the assignment you give to yourself is, and the reason I put this picture of you're earning 30 million and all of that is because money has become a critical factor in the way we think. Most times, most of our vision is how to make money, how to survive, especially when you're living in Nigeria. So you come out of school, what you're thinking of is the next job, you know, and I want to get this job, I want to save. If I save extra amount, I direct it to this and this and this and this and this, which is very, very good. That has its place for the people that will actually follow through. But I also want to give you a skill, or I will not call it a skill, a secret that can make you take a leap. A giant leap from where you are to where you are meant to be. And one of that is write your vision. Make it plain. Write your vision. Make it plain. Write it in very clear terms. And that this vision you're writing now, don't allow your mind to be hindered. Don't allow your mind to be hindered. Let it not be driven by money. Let it not be driven by your background. Let it not be driven by where you are right now. Let it not be driven by the limitations of the environment you find yourself. Let it not be driven by the limitations of the country you live in. Write your vision and make it plain. Now, we did this exercise some years back, and I remember I asked it was a couple actually then, and I said, what is your plan for the next whatever year? He said, he wants to what's it called? Wants to get a job or work with a law firm and all that. I said, okay, slow down. Yeah, that is good. I said, but pause. Really think. Liberate your mind. What are the steps you will want to take in the coming years that you will say to yourself that this is where, from the core of my person, this is the direction I really want to go. Forget all the limitations. Let's assume you have everything, all the resources that are required to get it done. And he said he wants to go and do his master's in Germany. I said, so why didn't you mention that as your first option? He said, no, but because he can't see any possibility. I said, no, forget the possibilities. And I said, you should write it down. And I asked him, what are the steps you can begin to take in alignment to this plan? And he said steps, because the first step is write the vision and make it very, very plain. And I want to please you, you can start doing it now. But please free your mind of any limitation. Any limitation. You know, some of those things, purpose has been encoded in your heart. You've been seeing it from childhood. There's something you aspire to. There's something you desire to accomplish. There's something that when you see, you identify with it. That this is where I'm supposed to be. Articulate it. Don't, you know, you like somebody break it. You can break it into different. That's how I do it. I break it my family, my career, and my career, if you know me, is split into many parts. And I break those various parts. This is where I see myself. This is where I see myself. Where I see myself. And sometimes where I'm standing have no bearing to the destination I'm talking about. But I just articulated right thing. And I told him and he wrote it down. And I said, take the first step. The first step is to apply for the application is free. Apply for the course. Just identify the daily steps that you need to take to journey to that destination. And he did it. And today he's in Germany. He didn't have a dime, but he ended up in Germany. How? He wrote the vision. Right? So write your vision, but that vision has to be in tangent with purpose. Because you don't want to journey 20 years down the line and you look back and you've run very, very fast. People have celebrated you and you're looking back and you're looking back in regret because you've run the wrong race. So write the vision and make it, articulate it in plain terms. If I had time, I would have given you a step-by-step process. I like it very practical of what you need to do. I will give you some templates that you need to work out the plan. You break it down into very specific goals that you will now begin to implement. And when we meet 5 years down, I've done this repeatedly with different people. 5 years down the line, you'll be at the destination you want to be, right? A part of what I do also is I manage actors, I manage talent, actors in the film industry. Like they said, I'm a producer, I'm a film producer. I just finished a project. It's an Amazon original. It's going to come out. What's it called? You guys, you can search Scene. It's going to come out sometime early this year, early next year. I worked on it with Mike. Now, so I manage talent, and one of the talents that I was working with, we had this conversation some few months back, like 2 months ago. We set out these goals and objectives. I got the person to articulate where I want to do. I'm not kidding you. It's like 2 months now. Those goals have been achieved. So there's something that the 5% do that the remaining 95% do not do. One of them is that they have clear goals. They know where they want to go to. So if the only thing I'm going to leave in this conversation is that you have clarity as to where you want to be. Let this vision be away from your family background. Let it be away from the opinion of your parents. Let it be away from the peer pressure. Because let me tell you the truth. Most people compare themselves to other people and judge that they are successful or not successful. You know, that is unfortunately I don't want to use a negative word. That's going to be an unfortunate thing to do to yourself. Because what you're supposed to compete against is the potential you carry. So my challenge is, and I will say this as an assignment indicator, I don't know how you can hold people accountable. Write that thing down. Just write it down. As simple as it is, write it down and be very clear about it. Be very clear about it. So when you say you are going to make impact, making impact is not a goal. It's not an objective. It has to be very specific, right? I'm going to impact people in the film industry as a producer. I'm going to impact XYZ by what? Articulate your thoughts in words. Write your goals and make it very, very plain. Now, that is one critical activity that guarantees success. Guarantees success. Idike, I think my time is up. I will not continue with the other thoughts that I have. I will leave it at this, and then I will take questions.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. A lot has really been said. You know, you just opened the mind. What would you do? What would you desire to do if you never had a mindset of limitation or a mindset of scarcity? Right? How far would you go? How far would you imagine if you never ever, had a mindset of scarcity or limited resources? How far would you imagine? And that's a world on its own. How that just thinking about it only, right? Seeing yourself in a world where anything you wanted to achieve, you could achieve it. Money, resources is not an issue. And truly, it really is our possibilities, right? If we can only imagine that, right? If we have questions, I think we can just take maybe 1 or 2 questions, right? We can just take 1 or 2 questions so that we go to the chat. Thank you. Yes, let's do well to appreciate Mr. David Eruotor. He's joining all the way from the United Kingdom, and you see, it is busy schedules. He still has time to join this meeting. Thank you very much. Let's do well to thank him. Thank you very much. Is there